What's up? Got my Jesus hair. I know, Fable news, lots happening at once, but let's just get right into it. And as you can see, we have big news, if you kind of want to think about it a certain way. And even bigger news if we talk about it. So hear me out. Fable 4's narrative lead announces departure. This is a Games Radar article, and this was originally announced through the game director's tweets talking about, here's the evidence in case people are thinking I'm going crazy. No, this is a real article. Anna McGill says, "Friends, I have news. In August, I am stepping away from my role as narrative lead on Fable. I had spent several wonderful years scribing away in my fairy tale cottage, but the time feels right for new challenges. Working on Fable was a dream come true for me, and it's wrenching to leave it behind. But Playground Games has assembled a heroically talented team, so I know it's in good hands. I'm excited for what's coming next for them and for me." I read the tweet. Listen, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Fable's doomed, Fable's doomed, Fable's doomed. Yes, maybe. Who knows? Historically speaking, anytime a creative lead or someone like that leaves before a game is, delivered, typically it shows signs of danger, right? Oh no, the game is going to fall through, historically speaking. But I don't want to sound the alarm yet. And you're going to say, oh, he's a Fable fanboy, so he's going to defend the game. I don't want to sound the alarm yet. But here's where my point of view comes in. When I see this tweet and this news, right, I don't say, oh, the doom clock is here. What I see is we're getting closer to the game's release and that we may not get DLC immediately, or shortly after, if that makes sense. Because a lot of these, surprisingly, in the game industry, there's a lot of contract work that's for a set number of years. So for example, Anna McGill might have had a contract for, 4 years, right? Let's say the game's not done in 4 years. She just might not choose to renew it. The game could be in good hands, but if she chooses not to renew it, well, there's a transfer of leadership. But there's also the idea of the game has an endpoint in development, kind of like Hogwarts Legacy, for example. I'm going to use that as an example. They developed the game as a single player only game with the option to do DLC later, but they had to gauge it based on the success of the game. Now, the game came out and did really, really well. They were not prepared to do a lot more. That's why there wasn't no multiplayer. There was no immediate announcement of DLC in the horizon. They just kind of said, hey, we're going to make a really good game and see what happens. I think that's what might be going on with Fable, because we don't have an announcement. We barely have news about what's going on. So that is what I see from this tweet. I don't see doomsday clock. I don't see any of that. I see that the game is getting to where it needs to be, but I also see that they're not really planning for the future. And if they are, is it a separate game? Is it the same game? How far into the future? Like, are we looking at DLC packs? Like, what are we looking at? Really? Not a long video, but just kind of want to give it this different perspective. I know everyone's like doom clock, just doom scrolling, doom watching. I don't think that right now. I mean, I think the game is a good hand. Playground Games is a good studio. I just think that we might be ending up in a situation with Hogwarts Legacy where the game's going to come out, do really well, and then they have no idea what they're going to do after that because everyone's either on contract work or they just didn't really plan for that. Which, I mean, could be a good thing and a bad thing. It just depends on how depends on the quality of the game and how it releases. So, I'm not going to sound the alarm, but keep your eyes open. Maybe this is a different perspective. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll check you on the next one. Bye.